friends. Welcome back to Aaron's Anxiety. I am your host, Aaron, your personal guide through anxiety. So, right before this, I filmed the start of this video a couple times now, and I thought that what I wanted to do was do some impressions of people to start this anxiety journey, and you know what? I'm doing it. I'm going for it. These are horrible, but they're funny. Alright, you ready? I'm going to make them anxiety related too. This is George W. Bush. Okay? Georgie Jr. Hello, America. And other foreign countries. You gotta do the head bob. That was it. That's all I got for that one. And then I got Obama. Let me be clear. When it comes to anxiety, this isn't sustainable. Wrong. And my baby, just the face. Donald J. Trump. Humongous. Great. Frankly, I don't know where this anxiety is coming from. It's great. It's fantastic anxiety. It really is. And I know many people with anxiety. I do. Some of the best people. But we don't need it. Let's get going. That's it. Those are my impressions. I hope you like them. I give them a 5 myself. Okay, I can use some work. You know what I mean? But that wasn't bad, huh? All right. Now that I've taken your mind at least a little bit off of the trolls of anxiety and I'm trying to get you in a silly space, okay? I spend a lot of time here. I don't know if you can tell. I'm kind of fluent in silliness. But anyways, I wanted to have just a little bit of words of encouragement for my followers and the people that are on the journey through anxiety, just to let you know that this isn't forever. This will end. Okay, this horrible, gut-wrenching, heart palpitations, trying to feel your symptoms, being afraid to go out places, it will end. This is only temporary. You weren't born like this, okay? When you were born, you were only born with 2 fears, okay? And those 2 fears are falling and loud noises. That's it. It's the only 2 fears you come programmed with. Everything else that you know and everything else that you're afraid of, everything else that you just fear in general is all learned behavior. There's power in just knowing that alone. Doesn't that feel good? Take a breath. That feels good to know. And the reason that feels good to know is that it's because that means it can be undone. You know, we can take this out, okay? But I will tell you, once we take it out, it's not gone forever. Okay? Now, before we forget, let me walk you through this. Once again, I'm always walking you guys through this. Say you have a hammer and a nail and a fence. And I say, hey, I need you to take this nail and I need you to drive it through that fence with this hammer. You're going to take the nail, you're going to grab it, and one, you're probably going to tell me to stop bossing you, because I don't want to be bossed. And then you're going to click, 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 and you're going to drive that nail into that fence. Now you got a nail in the fence. You got a thorn in your side if you're the fence. Okay, anxiety is a lot like the nail, okay? It's temporary. It can be taken away. But here's the kicker. You can take the other end of that hammer and stretch out that nail and pull that nail back out of that fence. And you think, oh, this is undoing it. And it is. It is. But there will be a hole. There's going to be a scar in the fence. There's going to be a mark that will forever be ingrained into that fence. Okay? So it's kind of like you've seen the movie The Matrix. They wouldn't let him into the Matrix because once you've seen the Matrix, you can't go back. Now, that may sound scary to you, but let me reassure you that it is not. Because it's a power move. And the reason is because you'll realize that all these things that bring us anxiety Because when somebody asks you, say, hey, what's making you nervous? What's making you anxious? Things like that. And you go, well, I don't know. There's just a lot of different things. And they're all, weighing on me at different levels. It's hard to pinpoint any one thing most of the time. But then you realize that all these things that we're worried about are things that we put either in our lives or somebody has put in your life. Back to what we were saying. You're only afraid of falling and loud noises. That's it. Everything else is learned. So that's where the hole comes in. The hole comes in is you now realize that this is all a big game. It's all a game. None of this stuff matters, okay? None of it. None of this matters. The only thing that matters is that you are here right now. That's important. It's very important to know. So do you feel that power? Do you feel it? So now you understand the rules of the game. You realize that there's a game being played. Okay, it's hard to realize it when you're in the moment. But now you're like, oh, there's a game to be played here. Now let's pick and choose what we want to play in our game. Does that make sense? Okay, so knowing that, I've said it 100 times, if I've said it one time, anxiety is a lot like climbing a mountain, okay? It has taken you a lifetime sometimes for you to get to the point where you're at the peak of this mountain and your anxiety is overflowing and these emotions are erupting out of you because they're going to find their way out one way or another. And now you're like, oh, I want this to go away. Well, how do you want the pressures of being on top of the mountain to go away? You go down the mountain. But realize it's going to take time to come back down, okay? There is no, you can jump off, and it's not going to end well for anybody. You need to climb yourself back down off of this mountain. And then you will get to the point where I'm at now, okay? And this is where I feel comfortable and I want other people to be, because it's the newness that's scary. Anxiety isn't scary. And I can tell, look at the video. Go back into my videos. Does it look like I'm afraid of anxiety? No. My first videos, yes. It was new. It was weird. It was exciting. It was you never know what's going to happen. But now it's to the point, I know what's going on. I kind of, for the most part, know what to expect here, there, and everywhere. It's very seldom that it ever sneaks up behind me. So that being said, like I said, there is a power there. And I flex that all the time. Okay, just like when I came off of the Lexapro. I came off Lexapro for a couple months just to see what would happen. I'm testing the waters. That never would have popped into my head before. I'm like, no, I have the security blanket. I need to keep the security blanket here, blah, 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 blah. No, I can play with it a little bit. I can dabble around with it, and I'm coming up with new information. So it's, as opposed to, it's like the Incredible Hulk. For any of you that are Marvel fans, you'll know that Bruce Banner, the Hulk, were fighting back and forth, and then recently they became one, and he is now Smart Hulk. You stop fighting the anxiety. You learn to live with the anxiety and to grow from anxiety. So it's a great thing. I don't want to get too preachy. I don't want to go on too long, but these are things you need to know. Anxiety, combating anxiety is a lot like working out. Okay, you're flexing that muscle. First time you go to the gym, you can't lift a whole lot, but slowly but surely you get more and more acclimated to what's going on. You can press those weights easier. Your technique is down, and pretty soon you're benching the most of anybody there. Okay, so I don't want people to look at my videos and look at who I am and think, oh, Aaron just hopped back out of anxiety, and it's just probably because of his glass half full spirit and blah blah blah. And that does have things to I do look at things that way, and there's a benefit there. But it took me a while. Okay, it took me a while to get to the point where I am now, and I'm telling you this because you can get here too if you're not already here or heading here. Okay, in this channel that's only 2 years old, I know several people, several that have climbed their way out of anxiety and are at a safe space now where it's manageable and they're back to their lives. Okay, that's a wonderful thing. Okay, and so these are nobody's special. It's not Albert Einstein, Elon Musk. These are people like you and me. That's it. That's all we got out of here is each other. All right. So my friend Bonnie, she is in it right now. She is currently in the thicket, and she is. But the great news, Bonnie, if you're watching, shout out. Bonnie, if you're watching, you've gotten through the hard part. Bonnie is starting her journey. She's in the 7th day of 15 milligrams. She's kind of up in her milligrams. She's trying to figure out her dosage, and that can be a really tough thing to do. Okay, and if you're in the same boat as Bonnie is, just know that it's going to get better, okay? It only gets better from here. You're taking steps to fix the problem, okay? All right, so don't fret. You know, if you have a bad day here and there, just wait for the next day. It's going to be fine, and take it day by day. That's all you can do, okay? And slowly but surely, they're going to get better and better and better. Alrighty, friends? Okay, if you want to talk to me, if you want to say hi, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to say hi back. If you have a question, I'd love to answer it. If you want to see us on Aaron's Anxiety family, find us over on Facebook. I'd love to talk to you over there as well. Okay, friends? And until next time, I'm Aaron. You're awesome. I'll see you in the next one.